I must begin my remarks with the acknowledgement of the children and faculty who were killed in the horrific tragedy last Friday in Newtown, Connecticut. There are way too many families who are experiencing this holiday season without precious family members, and I offer my deepest condolences on behalf of the pro tem who could not make it here today and all my colleagues in the Senate. For too long, too much ground has been ceded in this debate about reasonable gun and ammunition control. In honor of these victims and the thousands who have preceded them, we must not capitulate any longer. I, for one, have had it. Right now, in the state of California, you are required to have a license to hunt. You're also required to have a license to fish. You're even required to have a permit to cut down a Christmas tree. Yet, thanks to the National Rifle Association, we have unfettered access to any amount of ammunition. I have no interest, and let me underscore and highlight and overemphasize to each and every one of you, I have no interest at all in prohibiting law-abiding citizens from purchasing ammunition. But the question must be asked, especially in light of the tragedy just a few days ago. Must we allow either criminals or gang members, or in this case, the mentally ill, to purchase ammunition by the pallet? No questions asked. California has passed legislation designed to keep guns out of criminals' hands, but has done very little to prevent them from buying the ammunition, the very same ammunition that fuels their gun violence. In 2006, the Rand Corporation study found that just in a two-month period in Los Angeles, felons purchased more than 10,000 rounds of ammunition. If you extrapolate that number for the entire state of California, it means that at least 500,000 bullets are sold annually to folks from the prohibited class, whether you're mentally ill or whether you are a criminal. As you may be aware, a few years ago, I authored legislation, ammunition legislation, in the past, but it has been held up in court in Fresno over a technicality. Now, that measure, AB 962, was just focused on handgun ammunition. In that lawsuit, the National Rifle Association has alleged that there is no such thing as, quote, handgun ammunition, so the law cannot be enforced. A constitutionality issue, a due process issue, according to the NRA. That NRA lawsuit asserts that there should be no barriers to weapons or ammunition purchases, not even background checks. That extreme position is not shared by the vast majority of Americans, nor is it shared by the vast majority of Californians. If the NRA believes that that law shouldn't be limited to handgun bullets, then I will give them exactly what they want. I will introduce legislation this week that will amend this law to cover all ammunition, thus rendering the lawsuit moot. This bill will go one step further by requiring that persons wishing to purchase ammunition first acquire a permit, then pass an extensive background check. It is tough for me to fathom that we can ask people to obtain a license to hunt in the state of California. We can ask them to obtain a license to fish in the state of California. And then again, we can ask them to secure a permit that costs just $10 to cut down a Christmas tree in the state of California. But we cannot ask them to pass a background check to purchase ammunition, much of which is principally designed to kill people. As Edmund Burke said, quote, "The only thing necessary for the triumph of evil is for good men to do nothing," end quote. That is what has been happening for much too long, and the victims of Newtown deserve much better.